you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
On the court for the Longhorns, we've got Ellis. He's out there with Edwards. Turner is out there with Doherty. And it's Ford in at the 4.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
Texas on D.
I think it's safe to say that the most notable Longhorn of all time is Kevin Durant. Only spent 1 year there, but that's all the time he needed to leave his mark on the program.
Ellis outside. Pass to Edwards. They set the pick. At the elbow, it's Turner. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And the shot is good.
Wow. What a first half it's been thus far here for Freak. This is why so many think he'll be a star at the next level.
And you can take all the measurements and do all the data analytics you want to, but all it takes is one half of watching Freak play when he's hot like this to know stardom is in his future.
Stolen by Warren. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Poked away. No good. And Texas the other way now. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Felix. Rush grabs the miss. And here's Texas. It's a three-point game. Blair, the pass to Rush. Out of bounds as Texas keeps possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
And here are the Hoyas now. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. So on the floor for Texas, we've got Hudson. He's out there with Turner, and it's Blair in at the point. Well, Georgetown has been such a pillar of East Coast basketball for so long, really one of the universities on the East Coast.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. A really rich tradition in men's basketball for the Hoyas. And they've been a competitive presence on the college basketball landscape going back to the 70s.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. Again, Georgetown.
And for the Hoyas, they really are one of the defining members of their conference. Hard to think about hoops in the Washington, D.C. area without thinking about the Hoyas. The blue and gray they wear is really just iconic. And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set. And, you know, the Hoyas only have one college tournament title in their history. They won it all in 1984 and then returned in '85 to the title game only to be upset by Villanova.
He is on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, it seems like all of his points are coming from deep, Greg.
And Blair kicks to Doherty. Will it go? Again, Doherty with the miss.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Blair. And Freak throws it down.
And nice job again. That time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and That's a hard combination to beat.
From past the arc, and another three for Georgetown.
It really looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And it's a completely new group here for the Hoyas. And some changes here. And the second half of basketball is about to get underway, folks. Welcome back to this broadcast of college basketball here on 2K Sports.
And guys, I think we may see some strategies being adjusted here as we get into the second half. Still plenty of time to cut into this lead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Freak has done a good job of getting his team in this position, and they got themselves a bit of breathing room in the first half, and all they have to do the rest of the way is manage the lead.
Freak in at shooting guard. Hudson is out there with Warren. And it's Trice. And it's Price in at the 3 spot. And for Texas, they've got Edwards. Also Ellis out there. Doherty out there with Turner. And it's Ford in at the 4-man position.
No doubt one of the most highly touted players on the floor is Freak. His abilities out on the wing are just phenomenal, and he is one of the few players that can dominate from that position.
And Greg, it takes a special talent to be able to control a game from the perimeter, but Freak is that kind of player. I mean, he can hurt you in so many different ways when he's left one-on-one with the defender, and he's comfortable pulling up or attacking the basket. Well, in Texas, the Longhorns are known for their football history, actually all over the country. They have an impressive basketball alumnus list, too, though. A lot of pros have come out of Texas.
And so here's Texas, down by 12. Turner. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And he just big-boyed him right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Richmond, who's checked in for Ellis. For Texas, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Well, there have been a lot of great players out of Georgetown over the years, most of them big men, but don't forget about Allen Iverson. He might just be the most popular former Hoya of all time. And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Kicks it to Doherty. They double him with Freak, and stolen by Freak. And here we go, fast break. Freak's got it. That's in, coming off an assist from Price. That's 29 points for Freak.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Allen Iverson was only at Georgetown for 2 seasons. The way he played, he completely set the college basketball hoop world on fire.
We might never see a scorer quite like Iverson again. For his size, what he packed into that small frame was absolutely amazing. As unique and relatable a guy as we've had. One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Hudson from down in the low post. It goes. Hudson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, it's gone back and forth for a while here, but they're really starting to push out. They're looking good right now.
They double him with Freak. Edwards with it, and the foul called on Freak. Now the Hoyas with it. They're on a 17-5 run here. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Rises out there with Warren. Then there's Hudson. And it's Trice in at the point guard position.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Here's Rush. No good. Good D by Price.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Now here's Freak. D right on him.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
We've got 1:28 left here in the second half of the game.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hoyas.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Freak. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat. And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Texas moving it around. Now here's Thornton. He's guarded closely. Out of bounds, Georgetown takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Wilson. Player down low. Right wing. From the arc. Rush's shot is off. So the Hoyas win it. They poured it up.